Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Snowplows are out in the Fargo-Moorhead area trying to keep drifts from forming on the highways and interstates in the valley. You can see some glare off the roads as well, a sure sign of ice. And a reminder to drivers, don't crowd the plow. It's not safe for you or DOT workers.
Up in the Grand Forks area, the winds are stronger and there's more snow, making matters even more challenging for drivers there. It's a good news, bad news situation for everyone as the snow is letting up, but not the wind.
And that's why on the Minnesota side, no travel is advised for an area from the Canadian border south to Moorhead. If you're not in that area, then the roads are described as being completely covered, which is also a hazard.
On the North Dakota side, no travel is advised for a large area that stretches from south central North Dakota, that includes Jamestown and Valley City, to northeast North Dakota, including Grand Forks and Grafton. Let's go to Hutch now for more on the winds and what that might mean for tomorrow's commute. Hutch?
Well, the winds are still upwards of 50 miles per hour when we consider the gusts. That's right here in Fargo, Moorhead. And as we take a look outside, in town, not so bad. Get out of town, visibility still a problem across portions of the valley. Now, the heaviest bands of snow extended from portions of eastern North Dakota in northern Barnes County and northern Stutsman County, right through the central Red River Valley into northwest Minnesota. Reports of upwards of 11 inches of snow to a foot of snow in parts of Roseau County. Numerous reports of 6 inches or more along that pink area that you see that slides its way into parts of eastern and central North Dakota. Fargo, Moorhead, reports of 1 to 2 inches here, 3 to 4 to 5 inches in and around the Grand Forks area. All of that is going to be driven by winds tonight, still causing visibilities under a mile. And this is near communities. You get out in open country and the conditions get pretty difficult. Here's a look at those gusts. Again, 47 miles per hour in Fargo-Moorhead, 38 mile per hour gusts in Grand Forks, and still near 40 out west in the James and Cheyenne River valleys. Most of the snow now pushing into northern parts of Wisconsin. Just a little itty-bitty band of snow making its way through the Fosston area right now. So very little additional snow will fall during the overnight, but drifting and blowing snow will continue to cause problems. And for your morning activities, we do anticipate the possibility for a few delays or possible cancellations as well. You can find the latest out on that online at valleynewslive.com, or be sure to tune in to the Valley Today first thing in the morning for the very latest on the impacts the overnight weather will have on your morning commute.
We've got you covered. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
After months of little snow and ice, it can take some time to remember how to drive safely in winter-like conditions. This is a time lapse of a crash that bogged down traffic on I-94 earlier today.
Crashes are more common as the roads become slick and visibility drops, and just like that crash you see here.
The Minnesota State Patrol knows winter accidents well and tells Valley News Team's Molly Casey it's all about preparation.
You got to ask yourself, is it worth it?
Winter weather driving conditions are unavoidable as the season drags on. But it's the first real storm of the season that pushes drivers to remember just how difficult it can be to navigate on the snow and ice.
There can be a bit of a learning curve when we haven't had to do this for a while.
Sergeant Jesse Grabo of the Minnesota State Patrol says whether it's a driver's first time on frozen roads or they are well seasoned, one piece of advice applies to both.
Just by slowing down and driving accordingly can really make a big difference in keeping yourself on the road safely.
As temperatures drop, Sergeant Grabo says it's important to check that your tires are properly inflated and have thick enough tread, your windows have been cleared of ice and snow, and that your windshield wipers are heavy duty enough for winter conditions. And always drive with caution.
Even though you yourself might be a pretty good driver, we do share the roadways with some people that are maybe not as experienced, or simply not as good.
Driving at night during the winter presents its added challenges, but Sergeant Grabo says the same advice applies to all hours. Slow down and never put anything before your safety.
A little bit of patience will go a long way to help keep yourself safe and to get to point A to point B safely.
From Moorhead, Molly Casey, Valley News Live.
Sergeant Grabo also says most winter weather accidents only involve one car, typically a spin-out. And despite today's snowy and windy road conditions, he said the Minnesota State Patrol did not respond to many weather-related crashes.
While many drivers aren't happy about the snowy conditions, area businesses that rely on snow to make a living are happy. Detroit Mountain is welcoming the snow with open arms. Since opening in 2014, business has been about the same from year to year, but this year has actually been better than in the past. In 2016, the mountain wasn't opened until December 10th. This year, they opened up the day after Thanksgiving.
We're actually ahead of last year already. You know, a couple thousand people out in the last couple weekends, so we're off to a good start.
And Staley admits that the snow seems to be coming less and less each year, but if the temperatures are right, they can make some of their own snow. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app. You can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton says he is cancer-free. Dayton made the announcement today while urging Minnesotans to get screened for cancer if they have risk factors or a family history of the disease. Dayton has proclaimed this Cancer Screen Week in Minnesota. He says early detection is just crucial and that his cancer was caught before it could spread to other organs. Dayton announced his prostate cancer diagnosis in January and later underwent surgery.
The category is big money for 400. The North Dakota man you're about to see won more than $18,000 on his first appearance on the hit game show Jeopardy! His name is Kyle Becker. He's from Bismarck. He went home a winner on today's episode of the popular TV show by nailing Final Jeopardy! You'll see him again tomorrow when he comes back as the returning champion. Becker graduated from Bismarck High School in 2005. He's currently a research assistant at Vanderbilt University. You can watch Jeopardy! Weekdays at 5 o'clock on KX4.
President Trump gets ready to fully enforce the travel ban that's been given the okay by the U.S. Supreme Court. That's later on Valley News Live at 10.
But first, a simple new tool could help doctors identify dementia.